practices are over, and there's a group of players whose one of the things they're selling is an edge, right? And then we want to be respectful of each other on the ice. We want to practice hard and battle hard, but they really can't show. Some of the guys want to catch somebody up the middle or get a heavy hit on the wall. So those guys get an opportunity to show what they can do. And then I am too. My expectation when I look at these is that if I push them hard enough, they shouldn't be any good. Right? We should look a little slow, a little tired, but I'm looking for the systems, the understanding of the style of game and some of the systems that we play for the new guys when they're a little bit fatigued. So I would say the first 5 exhibition games, I won't be looking for so much excellence as I am their individual understanding of what we want to do. But by the time you get to the last 3 exhibition games, you've probably come off the team a little bit. You're not grinding them quite as hard. Then we'll look to get to speed.
This is your second year now with a doubleheader. How much does the coach just enjoy it as an assessment tool to see 40 guys in one day?
I think it's a great tool in giving some players an opportunity that might not. So if you're going to run 6 games or 5 games, 5 exhibition games, you've got your number one priority is to get your A players up to speed. So that pushes a bunch of kids out of games. But we'll get to see all of our players that are eligible to return to junior hockey tomorrow playing an NHL exhibition game, and I'm excited to see that because you're going to put an 18-year-old kid into games, and there's going to be some 35-year-olds out there. So it's a great way to kind of introduce them. And the players that don't play in the game, there's no depth chart. It's basically all our players play in the first two games, and then I want to make sure I get some of those young guys in to get at least one look at them before they return, and then in some ways, the real competition starts for those other guys in the next game.
One of those young guys, Grayson Sachin,
yeah,
18, but when you put him on a line with a guy like Sam Reinhart, is that those guys would play well together in camp, or is it also Ryan would be a great mentor for this guy just to be around? How much do you kind of weigh the play versus just
it was both. His rookie camp was very good for an 18-year-old. So there's the difference between an 18-year-old and a 23 and 24-year-old is huge. So, but even at those prospects tournaments, there's some 99 birth dates, and then there's some 04 and 05s out there. I thought he was really, really good, and then I wanted him with certain kinds of players. So if you want to know where you're supposed to be on the ice, ask Sam Reinhart. So he's going to be able to help that young man. Originally, it was Verhaeghe on the left wing, and then it would be Lombo would be running the left wing. And I also want, with Ryan there, a little bit of experience in the corners so that a young guy going out there doesn't have to necessarily do all the work in the corners. So just to balance it. It was kind of a payoff for him for what I thought he had a very good rookie camp, and I like the style of game he plays, and he's on the puck. His body's going to change a lot over 5 years, so he's a young guy playing with men, and he plays hard. He's got lots of heart.
One guy that's a little bit farther along missed the preseason last year, just sort of with an injury.
Yep.
He's really itching for his first preseason over the Cats. What sense do you get from him?
So he misses. He's got the injury last year. We don't get to see him, and then he gets a year kind of pro under his belt. So he comes back to this training camp in a way different mindset than last year. When he's healthy, he looks good, but he also understands what we're doing. So he's in a position now to kind of show what he can do, where last year he never got that chance.
Any update on Carter Verhaeghe?
So, yeah, he IR'd skate, and he's feeling much better. He is going to IR skate again tomorrow, the day off, but I think there's a chance he returns to full practice for us. We might put him in a gold one, non-contact sweater on Wednesday morning. I probably won't put him in that game. I want him to get a couple of practices in, so you would expect to see him Friday night if he stays healthy.
And one of you guys, Lorenz, big guy out there, looks really fast for his
yeah.
size. What have you liked from him so far in camp?
Well, and that's the reason he's here. So we've had 2 or 3 of those bigger men that are in camp that can really move, and they all can play center ice. But he is aggressive on the puck. He's got size and he's got speed. We feel that that's an important thing on the fourth line if that's the role he comes in. But he's also got enough hands that any one of those guys that are kind of trying out for that fourth line center hole, they all have enough hands that they can make them play and they can move up the line a little bit. It's a competition. I'm not going to go through each name, but there's at least one player in that fourth line center hole that I didn't know that maybe I didn't have on my list of a guy that's going to get it, and now he's in the mix. So there's some competition for that job.
Are there any guys that you're holding out from the doubleheader tomorrow other than Verhaeghe?
None. They all play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everyone.